The grizzly bear's precise approach makes the entire forest seem to hold its breath. Its power lies not only in muscle, but in the ability to apply relentless pressure. Prey falls out of rhythm, challengers step back, while the giant continues forward. Each forceful swipe and deliberate step steadily narrows every margin for error. What turns a face-to-face moment with a grizzly into such a daunting test of survival? Hidden among the rugged mountains of North America, the puma emerges as a master of stealth and precision. Weighing around 150 pounds and capable of leaping nearly 20 feet across steep ravines, it specializes in swift, decisive strikes. Yet in the presence of a grizzly bear, every advantage in agility shifts into caution. The opponent's sheer muscular strength often leads the puma to choose a wiser path, avoiding direct confrontation to conserve energy. That calm vanishes when a grizzly moves too close to where her cubs remain hidden. Protective instinct takes over, pulling the mother puma away from her usual restraint. She growls, then surges forward in controlled advances. Each movement applies pressure while preserving a clear path of retreat. Faced with that alert resolve, the grizzly pauses, then slowly withdraws from the area. In that moment, nature speaks not only of strength, but of limits. The puma defends her young through maternal instinct, while the grizzly avoids an unnecessary encounter. Dawn breaks over the dense grasslands of North America, marking the moment a grizzly bear enters the trials of spring survival. In that quiet, deer emerge as agile challengers, constantly alert to any unusual movement. With quick legs and speeds reaching about 30 miles per hour, they still cannot afford to relax when a predator weighing nearly 800 pounds moves in silently. To hunt deer, the grizzly doesn't rely on long chases, as that would quickly drain its energy. Instead, it depends on a powerful sense of smell, reading scent trails carried on the wind to locate deer hidden in thick brush or along familiar paths. As the distance closes, a sudden burst of speed approaching 35 miles per hour creates pressure before the prey can react or change direction. The tension peaks as a deer dashes through the grass, trying to break free from the tightening approach. The grizzly does not rely on strength alone. It reads movement patterns to cut off the escape route. In just a few seconds, even a slight hesitation near a fallen tree can shift the balance entirely. In the wild, survival does not belong to the strongest, but to the one that acts at the right moment. People often assume that grizzly bears live in isolation, rarely paying attention to others of their kind. Yet behind that solitude lie overlapping territories, where scent marks and claw traces send clear warnings. Each step forward is not only about finding food, but also about maintaining control. In that space, the most formidable rival a grizzly may face is sometimes another grizzly. Grizzlies are opportunistic omnivores, digging for roots, turning over insect nests, feeding on berries, and seeking salmon when the upstream runs begin. Along a narrow river corridor, two large males may approach the same concentrated food source, and neither is willing to leave. When both rise to nearly 8 feet tall, low roars and powerful swings turn the riverbank into a clear boundary. Such encounters are driven not only by food, but also by opportunities to reproduce. During the mating season, males weighing up to 700 pounds may enter tense standoffs, where strength and resolve are tested. The one at a disadvantage often chooses to withdraw, because in the wild, survival can matter more than proving strength. More severe still, a male may at times threaten cubs that are not his own, prompting the mother to defend her young. With claws that can reach nearly 4 inches in length, she stands as a barrier between danger and the next generation. In the end, these intraspecies encounters become a demanding measure that defines the order of survival. Across the snow-covered tundra of North America, herds of caribou numbering around 50,000 move like an unbroken current of life. They travel thousands of miles across harsh terrain in search of fresh grazing grounds ahead. Yet on a distant hillside, silent eyes begin to follow. The grizzly tracks that movement with a keen sense of smell, reading the faint traces left across damp moss. After a pursuit stretching nearly 3 miles over uneven ground, it pushes its target toward the edge of an icy river. The caribou quickly enters the water, relying on the strong current to slow the approaching threat. Still, the grizzly does not stop at the deep water. It swims forward with steady strokes, gradually closing the distance as the caribou begins to tire. In the final moment, the caribou raises its antlers in defense, a clear sign that its instinct to survive remains unbroken. As the river surface settles again beneath the gray sky, the grizzly secures a valuable source of energy for the days ahead. Here, life is never easily given, but earned by those that endure the longest. Gray wolves are master predators of North America, known for their intelligence and strong pack discipline. An adult typically weighs around 100 pounds, but their true strength comes from groups of 5 to 12 members. Through coordination, they can place sustained pressure on much larger prey. At times, their numbers allow the pack to create enough pressure to push a grizzly bear to yield. They circle, surge forward in short bursts, then pull back quickly to maintain tension. However, if the bear turns away and leaves, it is not necessarily at a disadvantage. In the wild, stepping back can be a way to conserve energy for a better opportunity. In another moment, a hard-earned meal by the wolves attracts an experienced grizzly. Driven by hunger, it moves into the center of the standoff, forcing the pack into a tense position. Repeated advances follow, yet a single powerful turn from the bear is enough to disrupt their formation. Faced with an opponent that is heavier, stronger, and more decisive, the wolves choose a safer distance. They withdraw from the immediate area to preserve their strength. That decision is not a failure, but a lesson in survival for future encounters. In the wetlands of North America, the moose stands like a living wall among the reeds. An adult can weigh around 1,400 pounds, with long legs that provide a strong defensive advantage. Each time a grizzly moves closer, the encounter becomes a test of distance and survival reflexes. In one encounter, the grizzly attempts to push an adult toward the water's edge, where soft mud slows movement. But the moose does not panic. It turns, lowers its head, and applies pressure with its full body. That composure forces the bear to hesitate, then withdraw from a target that carries too much risk. Yet nature rarely repeats the same outcome. In another marsh, the grizzly approaches a young calf moving through dense grass with its mother. The mother immediately steps forward, shielding the calf and pushing back with a forceful response. Still, the grizzly does not leave. It adjusts its angle, waiting for a gap in the defense. When the calf loses pace for a moment, the advantage shifts to the more persistent side. For a young moose, surviving the first year is a major challenge, as survival rates in some areas range from about 1/4 to just over 1/2. As icy streams come alive with the salmon run, the northern forest seems to shift its rhythm. This is a critical season for the massive grizzly bear, as it must build energy reserves before the long winter. The grizzly stands motionless beside rushing rapids, where thousands of silver flashes struggle against the current. Its eyes lock onto every movement beneath the murky surface, while its forelegs remain poised. When a fish breaks through the water, The moment unfolds instantly, and a precise swing secures the target in the cold flow. Each success can provide thousands of calories, a valuable source of energy for its large body. Yet not every attempt is effective. When a strike falls short, the grizzly simply steps back slightly, then waits calmly for the next opportunity. After months of building a fat layer nearing 3 inches thick, it enters the winter denning season. Within the rhythm of survival in North America, each salmon plays a role in sustaining this quiet force of the forest. Beneath the blazing African sun, a fearless little survivor steps forward to challenge the wild. As dust rises into the air, the honey badger turns the hunt into a tense test of endurance. Instead of retreating or hesitating, it boldly confronts situations that most other animals avoid. That unwavering fearlessness has transformed this solitary warrior into a legend of the wild. During the dry season on the African savanna, as temperatures climb to nearly 95 degrees Fahrenheit, shrinking waterholes become places where many species are forced to cross paths. Amid the growing tension, the honey badger relies on its agility to maintain access to this precious water source. The first encounter comes with an oryx, armed with horns, measuring nearly 47 inches in length. A sudden thrust briefly throws the honey badger off balance, but skin about 0.25 inches thick and its low, sturdy build allow it to recover quickly, hold its defensive position, and continue standing its ground. Not long afterward, an African elephant weighing nearly 13,000 pounds approaches the waterhole. The honey badger quietly moves in, circling around the elephant's feet and prompting it to turn, stamp, and kick to maintain its distance. Dust quickly fills the air, yet the honey badger remains persistent despite the enormous difference in size. That determination is believed to be linked to its relatively large brain-to-body ratio and elevated testosterone levels, particularly during the breeding season. In the harsh, dry season, adaptability can sometimes become an advantage that reaches far beyond physical size. On the African savanna, lions are widely regarded as the kings of the wild, apex predators that command the attention of many other animals. An adult male weighs about 420 pounds, giving it the strength to overpower many rivals and protect its pride. Even so, that authority is put to the test when the opponent is a honey badger, a much smaller animal renowned for its fearlessness and powerful survival instincts. When a lioness and her cubs approach the honey badger's shelter, it immediately emerges to defend the area. The curious cubs cautiously move closer, while the honey badger lowers its body, changes direction repeatedly, and maintains a defensive stance. Its decisive response makes every approach more cautious. In the end, the lioness leads her cubs away, bringing the encounter to a close without further escalation. Another challenge soon follows. In the Kalahari, an adult male lion views the honey badger as an easy target. As the lion closes in, the honey badger quickly turns to keep its back protected, blocks the approach, and forces the larger predator to proceed with caution. Despite its overwhelming strength, the male lion gradually realizes that the encounter is far more difficult than expected. After an extended standoff, without gaining a clear advantage, it abandons the attempt and walks away, leaving the honey badger standing its ground. In the natural world, size may command power, but agility, adaptability, and unwavering determination can sometimes shape the outcome. From the African savanna to the arid landscapes of South Asia, the honey badger always finds a way to survive. Weighing only about 35 pounds, its low, sturdy body helps it stay steady in the face of danger. Front claws nearly 2 inches long allow it to dig into the ground, break open nests, and uncover hidden food. Its keen sense of smell helps it track down food across vast stretches of land. Behind its fearless reputation is a body built to endure, stand its ground, and survive. On the savanna, an invisible trap known as the African rock python waits with remarkable patience. Reaching about 12 feet in length, this massive reptile restrains its prey with powerful coils that generate roughly 7 pounds per square inch of pressure. A single moment of inattention can leave many animals with little chance of escape. That advantage has made the African rock python one of the most formidable predators of the grasslands. Even so, the honey badger rarely accepts defeat. As the coils tighten around its body, its loose skin, which is almost separate from the muscles beneath, begins to reveal its advantage. This extraordinary feature allows the honey badger to twist and turn even while restrained, creating an opportunity to fight back and gradually work free from the coils. At that very moment, a jackal appears at the edge of the brush, unintentionally drawing the African rock python's attention for an instant. That brief distraction gives the honey badger just enough time to twist its body, slip free from the coils, and regain the advantage. Without missing the opportunity, it immediately turns the encounter in its favor, forcing the python onto the defensive. In this documented encounter, the outcome is completely reversed as the African rock python ultimately becomes the honey badger's prey. In the unforgiving natural world, an extraordinary physical adaptation can sometimes change the outcome of an entire encounter. The honey badger's favorite food is the energy-rich honey and the protein-packed bee larvae hidden deep inside wild beehives, especially toward the end of the dry season when honey supplies are at their peak. To reach this valuable reward, it patiently patrols an area spanning more than 10 miles, accurately remembering the location of each hive for months before returning at the right time. As soon as it hears the familiar buzz of bees or receives a signal from a honey guide bird, the honey badger immediately begins its search. When it discovers a hive inside a hollow tree or a rocky crevice, it uses its front feet and claws, nearly 2 inches long, to pry apart decaying wood or dig through hardened soil, gradually working its way toward the food source. Thousands of worker bees quickly emerge to defend the hive, but skin about 0.25 inches thick helps the honey badger withstand most of their stings. Calm and persistent, it feeds on the honey and larvae before moving on once its objective has been achieved. This behavior reflects a remarkable combination of memory, endurance, and adaptability refined over time. Those advantages allow the honey badger to make efficient use of a food source that very few species are willing to challenge. Snakes are predators built for lightning-fast strikes. Their exceptional ability to detect vibrations allows them to approach a target in complete silence. Many species also possess remarkably powerful biological defenses. The spitting cobra, for example, can project its venom more than 6 feet. That range can make even a seemingly safe distance disappear in an instant. Even so, the honey badger never confronts a snake recklessly. Under the scorching desert sun, it follows the trail, lowers its body, and constantly changes direction. Its target may be a viper or a spitting cobra, requiring it to maintain its distance, read every movement, and wait for the right moment. When the opportunity appears, the honey badger quickly closes in to gain the advantage. Even then, every encounter with a venomous snake remains a test of survival. A well-placed bite can leave the honey badger temporarily immobilized for nearly 2 hours. Its highly evolved immune system helps reduce the venom's effects on the nervous system, giving it a chance to recover and continue foraging. That remarkable adaptation is what defines the honey badger's resilience. In the natural world, crocodiles are masters of ambush, keeping every animal along the water's edge on alert. With an estimated bite force of about 3,700 pounds per square inch and heavily armored scales, they have few rivals in shallow waters. However, once an individual leaves the water and moves into dense brush, that defensive advantage begins to fade. As hunger intensifies, the honey badger is driven toward a bold decision. It approaches a resting crocodile, taking advantage of a rare opportunity created by the predator's momentary lapse in vigilance. Once close enough, the honey badger acts with remarkable speed, targeting a vulnerable opening to gain the upper hand before the crocodile can fully respond. The encounter ends with the honey badger securing an energy-rich food source, enough to sustain its activity for several days. In the wild, even the greatest strength is most effective only when matched with the right environment. The grizzly bear is often remembered as a symbol of strength within North America's ecosystem. Yet behind its massive frame lies a level of strategy more refined than many expect. Each approach is not only directed at prey, but also shaped by pressure from rivals and others of its kind. For those who appreciate the natural world, consider liking and subscribing to follow more of these journeys. Thank you for watching this story of the grizzly bear, the quiet force of the wild.